Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions January 29, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. If you were the board of BP, British Petroleum, and you were about to sign a massive oil deal with Iraq, are you seriously going to sign it at 1310? You've never signed it before. Show me something you've signed in the last 20 to 30 years with Iraq's oil company. No, they got their own oil company, don't they? BP, why out of nowhere? On the 1st of February? If we go past February the 1st and BP still hasn't signed it, what does that tell you? There's a new exchange rate and they're waiting for it. If the new exchange rate comes out before February 1st, yeah, they'll sign. January 29, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Gold article. Iraq boosts financial stability with huge dollar and gold reserves in US, Europe. Ellipsis. Boy, oh boy, they're teasing us dinar investors once again. They are flaunting their wealth once again, but the IQD is still at 1/6 of a penny and not traded on Forex? Meanwhile, Iraq has 43% more oil reserves than Kuwait, and just founded 2 more major wells besides. Kuwait is at 1 Kuwaiti dinar equals $3 and 25 cents on Forex. If we pay attention, we can see the writing is on the wall, and their economists see it now too. January 29, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z. Via PDK, the region demands more dollars and the center and the south rise up and refuse to pass the budget. We had seen articles like this in Kuwait just before they released their RV. The same back and forth in articles. And Kuwait said they were not going to increase the rate for 6 months the same exact day they released it. China and Germany did the same thing. I was told that there is so much pressure and Iraq has agreed to settle in the next 3 days. Also, they have a team already in Baghdad from the Kurdish region with great hope to settle this debate on the budget tables. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman article quote. Central banks say the truth is there's absolutely no crisis, and this is with the Ministry of Finance and Central Bank confirmed. They don't have a crisis with their money, with their currency or anything at the moment because they kept it under control. They've kept inflation low. January 28, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z. Via PDK article. Iraq boosts its financial stability with huge stores of dollars and gold in America and Europe. I really find this one interesting. Why do you think they keep telling us how sound, secure and stable it is? They want us to embrace it when they change the value. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Economist. Trump is changing the rules of the economic game through gold. Quote. Trump indicated that the U.S. economy may witness a transformation if there is a greater trend towards using gold as an economic tool, instead of relying on paper currencies. January 28, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. They're coming after you. Oh, are they ready? Our government is coming after you. They know you have dinars. They're going to find every way to charge you what you don't need to pay. Every third cousin you haven't heard from in years is going to call you and say, "How you doing, kissing cousin? I need a few bucks." Everybody's going to come after you. They're all going to try to take your money away from you. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram. The U.S. has limited its efforts to help increase the value of the Vietnam dong. The U.S. at times has labeled Vietnam as a currency manipulator, accusing it of deliberately keeping the dong undervalued to make its exports cheaper and more competitive in global markets. Vietnam has managed to achieve significant economic growth despite its currency being undervalued. A low currency value makes exports cheaper and more attractive to international buyers. January 28, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z. Via PDK. In Iraq, there is a ginormous fight over the budget. Parliamentary finance. Parliamentary pressure on the government to send 2025 budget tables. There is also unusual international pressure to get it done, especially from the US. We never seemed to be concerned about this the last 15 years. And now suddenly we are concerned that they pass a budget. January 28, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru FNULNU. If it were me, I would set the rate high to start and would be a standalone or sovereign currency. This would allow the market to adjust the currency as it will. If set high enough, Iraq would be paying off debt at the minimum advantage ratio, and as the currency falls in value, it will find its equilibrium and stabilize. This would maximum value when paying off debts and buying supplies for infrastructure, imports. Once stabilized, then enter into a basket of currencies with assurance that the value would remain stable for a long time to come. This is logical, economically safe if not conservative, and would allow us to get the max for our investments up front. This is my idea of a win-win scenario. If I can deduce this, rest assured they have already considered it long ago. January 28, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT GOAT. The below message recently comes up on this site, Z, when you inquire about the IQD. It says, notice IQD may be redenominated. This redenomination is the newer lower denominations we have been waiting for. Yes, they will have to execute the project to delete the zeros. We know that the CBI must also raise the rate of the dinar at par or just over $1 within country to get this project started and create incentives to turn in the dollars. This is really the final push to de-dollarize Iraq. The CBI still needs to break this parallel market. As long as the dinar is much lower than the dollar, this issue will linger. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Pimpy. This is what I was talking about. Once Trump gets into office, how is this going to affect Iraq? You see, Trump has already approached Saudi Arabia and OPEC to ramp up production of oil. If they ramp up production of oil, this will drive down the cost per barrel. Of course, here in America we benefit from it. Lower gas prices. Iraq, they have built everything based on $70 per barrel of oil. Now the new budget hasn't passed yet. One of the things they need to figure out is how much they think they're going to get per barrel. If they ramp production, that's diluting the market with oil. That's going to cause the price to go down. That's one of the things I was concerned about. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. The US and the UK have some of the largest foreign currency in Iraqi dinar in the world outside of Iraq. When you get worried about them doing things where you don't get any value, it's absolutely false. The United States isn't going to throw away the trillions of dinar they have, nor the UK. Keep that in mind, because that should alleviate some of the significant fear of folk thinking Iraq's reinstatement of their currency or giving it a real effective exchange rate isn't going to bring value. It surely will. Emo. January 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Iraq boosts financial stability with huge dollar and gold reserves in US, Europe. Quote, a country that has huge reserves of hard currency is considered an economically stable country. The Central Bank of Iraq announced in 2024 that Iraq has a foreign currency reserve exceeding $100 billion. Iraq's large reserves of hard currency, including gold, provide cover for the local currency and give it stability. January 28, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. Mr. Sami said, issues with oil and gas will always persist until a new rate appears. That's the only thing that will actually solve all this disagreement between Baghdad and Kurdistan. Frank. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I agree. All we need is the new exchange rate. Everything else will iron itself out. January 28, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK, article. Reform package revives 1,000 stalled projects. Because they couldn't agree on the budget the last few years. They have been holding off on projects for a few years. They have not been able to do them all, they have been stalled. People are looking for a new rate. But they are getting ready to restart them. They cannot do 1,000 projects without a massive infusion of cash. I believe they are setting the stage and we are getting ready to see it. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: resistthemainstream.com